is Gabriella, and I decided to come on the internet today and be incredibly vulnerable. I wanted to talk today about something that no one has ever talked to me about before or with me about, and I can't even quite find a community of people that feel this way within my personal life. So I thought that it would be nice to put it out there on the internet because someone in the world must be feeling the same way that I do. So, what I've personally been dealing with lately that I haven't really ever heard anyone else talk about before is that I got married in August, on August 22nd, and it was amazing. It was the best day of my life, and I wish I could go back. But since then, everyone has been saying that I am supposed to be the happiest I've ever been in my life, and this is supposed to be the best time of my life, the happiest time with my husband, and I have not found it to be that way. And not that I'm not happy with my husband per se, but there have been a lot of struggles that I've gone through personally that I've never heard anyone talk about before. So, my husband Martin and I decided to get married pretty recently. We decided in June of this year to get married in August, and that was mainly because we just wanted it to be official. We've been together for almost 6 years, and it looked like we wouldn't be able to have a wedding next year, and we weren't able to have one last year, so we thought, let's make it happen this summer. And so during that 2-month period of time, I left my paying job, and my job basically became planning a wedding along with my mom and my aunt, because our wedding was actually at my aunt and uncle's house, which was fantastic. I'll insert some photos. And so for 2 months, day in and day out, I had nothing to do but plan a wedding. And I felt like from the moment I opened my eyes until the moment that I closed them at night, and even in my dreams, I was planning our wedding. From like the things that I ate, I made sure that I didn't eat anything that I knew had a tendency to break me out. I was trying to be pretty active, mainly just because I love the way that it makes me feel, but also because I wanted to feel really confident on my wedding day, and I wanted to look back and feel like I was my most beautiful. And I don't regret a single thing. Everything that I did leading up to and during our wedding was absolutely fantastic. I loved our wedding. I couldn't have possibly loved it more. But afterward, my husband went back to work immediately. He had to start teaching the following week. So I have been in limbo basically since then. I felt this extreme exhaustion immediately after our wedding that I was not expecting. And I think it's because I had so much adrenaline leading up to the deadline of our wedding day. And after that, I could finally relax, but I didn't even know what that meant or where to begin, what to do with myself. I was lost, and I still kind of am. I've been trying to find out what I want to do for a career, what I enjoy in terms of hobbies. Again, which I know sounds crazy because we were only planning for 2 months, so I can't imagine what it must feel like coming back down to earth after a year. But I do think that since I left my paying job, I am kind of stuck in a unique situation where I haven't been able to find a new job after the wedding. And so I'm stuck at home. Not stuck at home. I'm fortunate enough to be at home, but my husband's life has carried on, and we ended up moving states a few years ago for his job. And so I don't have a ton of friends here. Most of the time that we've spent here has been during lockdown and pandemic times. So it's just been this really unique and kind of depressing situation during the happiest time of my life. And I don't think that those things are mutually exclusive. I think that you can be going through marital bliss and also a bit of an identity crisis. I don't think that there's any shame in that. So that's why, after a month and a half, right? It's the beginning of October right now. So I believe it's been a month and a half. After a month and a half of doing nearly nothing other than watching YouTube videos, I decided to put my own story out there, because this is, sorry, I'm holding a cup of tea, I'm gonna put it down. This is the beginning of my journey to getting my life back, and not the one that I had before, my new one, as a wife, eventually as a mother, and as a human, a friend, a sister, a daughter, the person that I really want to be at this point in my life. I feel like I've been really hard on myself to try and find a purpose instead of just enjoying the journey, the ride. I'm so fortunate to not have something that I have to do all day, every day right now, that I have the opportunity to try and get my life back on track before responsibilities come and get in the way again. So I thought it would be fun to take matters into my own hands and take whoever is interested along for the journey. A little bit of what I predict that will include for me is trying new activities. I am horrible. I am a perfectionist. I'm the worst. If this video ever even goes up, it will be a miracle, because I have started and stopped too many things in my life. I think the longest thing I've ever done is be with my husband, Martin. I'm just gonna call him Martin. That's his name, but it's so obnoxious to. I always hated saying my fiance, and now I think husband sounds even more foreign to me, because he's only been my husband for just over a month. So I think finding hobbies is a good place to start. I want to start painting, drawing, maybe. I want to start implementing more of a routine into my life. I think I'm a lot like a baby. And babies, I spent a lot of time nannying in my life, and I've found that babies obviously function well on a schedule, and I think that I am the same. Recently, I've fallen into the bad habit of staying up way too late, which means that I do not wake up early, which means that I start my day off feeling really bad about myself. And additionally, I'm going to start trying to implement more positive self-talk. I have already started to try and do that, but I find it hard because I have, for my entire life up until now, been very mean to myself. I would also love to get back into my schedule of working out. I feel like I worked out so consistently for about 6 months, and then that last month leading up to the wedding, I think everything was so stressful that afterward, needing to take that break made me feel like all of my progress was lost. And I know that that's incorrect in my logical mind. So I think starting with small things, just getting back to the things that I did before, waking up early, going to bed early, exercising, cooking. I cook still, but meal prepping more so, like cooking larger batches of food and making sure that I have something prepped that I can pull out of the refrigerator at any point. So I think doing those things along with documenting it here, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that's where I'm going to start. And I hope that it's interesting to see someone come out of their post-nuptial depression. That's what I've been calling it. Because obviously everyone talks about, well, no, not nearly enough people talk about postpartum depression and anxiety. But I have friends that are going through or have gone through postpartum depression and anxiety, and I feel like I've been dealing with post-nuptial depression and anxiety, and just the identity crisis that's come along with not having something to plan and devote all of my time to. And so hopefully me going on this journey of self-discovery will inspire at least one other person to either come along on this journey with me or go along on your own journey of self-betterment, whatever that means to you. Yeah, this is the start, and there's so much more to come. I hope to upload new videos at least once a week. I feel like this is a good place to end for today, and I'm going to have my next video be the next week of my life, trying to implement all of the changes that I mentioned. Just basically trying to get back to where I was before, gently and kindly, because it's not easy to go from 0 to 100, and I don't think it's healthy either, or sustainable. But I'll check back in with you a week from now. Let's check back in. Let's check back in a week from now. And we'll see where we've gotten. Any bit of improvement is an improvement. It's growth. It's progress. And it's better. I think I'm going to go edit this video, make some homemade veggie broth, which I will include in the next video. Maybe, probably. I guess that's the whole point, right? I'm gonna show you what I do to make my life better. Hopefully it will be better. If it's not better, then it will be one day. This is just a journey, and I'm excited for it. Thanks for tuning in, and if you are feeling the same way that I'm feeling right now, let me know, because it's kind of a lonely place to be. But if you're feeling lonely too, know that I'm right there with you. But we can change it. I'll talk to you guys next week.